And we are back. We are black and we have backs.
Okay, well, at least you started off with a true statement.
Exactly. Yeah.
I don't know about that black thing because police might be listening in.
Oh, yeah. Well, if that's the case, I identify as a walrus.
I identify as a car seat.
No, I take that back. I identify as a middle-aged Asian man.
See how quiet it got.
Like, that's racist. That's racist. There you go. Getting canceled again.
I think we've been canceled every episode.
I'm pretty sure we're not getting aired.
They're probably just giving us the stickers and all the stuff. It's like, you know what? We'll let them think that we're playing it, but...
Exactly.
No.
Just taking our submissions and throwing away like we're submitted to Jackass.
Or we're black people trying out for a job. This looks good. As soon as they walk away,
exactly.
Fuck that nigga.
But let's look at his identifier. African American, male.
It's not going to look good on our business.
We've got one already. We don't need any more. Welcome, everybody, to the Best Buzz Podcast. I am the only Zeebro in America. I'm sitting here with Chauncey Billups.
Ow. You hit me with the Chauncey Billups.
Chauncey Billups. You probably don't even know who that is.
I'm seriously... I've heard the name and just the face ain't coming.
He was a basketball player.
I had a feeling he was a basketball player. I had a gut feeling that he did play some type of sports ball, but I wasn't sure. Either way, I still feel disrespected.
It just rolled off too cleanly.
Well, so I guess I'm Chauncey Billups today.
Chauncey Billups in the building. Well, welcome everybody to the Best Bud Podcast. I'm still the only Zeebro in America, and I am here with the one and only hapless baby.
It's pronounced lucky, but that's fine. Yeah. I think I'll go by hapless baby. I think, with the dub baby and the little baby, I think I'll follow that baby train and be hapless baby.
Be hapless baby. All you need is a cool beat.
And you know what? I think my gimmick will just be wearing diapers.
Yeah, that's how the baby started off.
Yeah, oh, yep, never mind. I don't want to wear diapers no more.
You used to have a lot of little...
God damn it, I hate the baby now.
You gotta hate that guy.
Oh, God. I used to like his music, but now I'm just like, I'm indifferent.
Man, that is like the only person he is the only rapper that is an actual rapper, I feel like. You know what I mean? He does the same antics that rappers used to do back in the day. You know what I mean? Like, he beats people up. He shoots people. He tells you he don't give a fuck. He calls people F words and, talks bad about gay people and sags his pants and then keeps coming back out and he dances on stage and no one
He is the reincarnation of P. Diddy.
Yeah, he's like Tupac in the modern era, just without the lyrics. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
if you were to take the lyrics out, you know what I mean?
No, I can't give him that because Tupac, even though he was like a gangster rapper, he was like a gangster, he didn't have I don't feel like he had like that
gangster.
Yeah, he was still about love and peace and shit. So
yeah, I think he was chilling out at some point. The baby is still the baby.
That nigga's still the baby.
He beat you up in the mall, the bowling alley, beating up the gas station. Like, God damn.
Oh yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah, he's a rapper. That motherfucker is still a rapper.
He is still a rapper.
Because a lot of these other rappers is like just entertainers. That motherfucker remind me of a rapper.
He talk about how he killed a motherfucker in Walmart. Yeah, I killed a nigga.
Yeah, that's all he talk about too. Like, like I remember.
Yeah, you got other material. I beat up another nigga at the bowling alley. God damn it, baby.
Damn. There was a video of him before he even got famous. Some dude tried to check him on the porch. Like, you got to check in with me when you come in. He just sat there with his blunt like, nah, no, I don't. But you good though, Pollard. Go back over there where you at. Dude was mad as hell, but he definitely went back over where he was at. They tried to check the baby, like, before the baby was even the baby, and the baby checked the back. I'm like, God damn.
And then from that moment on, we knew he was a rapper.
He was a rapper. You can't come back as an R&B singer after videos like that.
No.
Unless you Chris Brown.
Or R. Kelly.
Like, are you allowed to talk about that nigga these days? Like,
I think we've been canceled again. I think I got an email.
I think I just heard the mic cut off.
It's still plugged in. Who unplugged my mic? Why'd my computer go off?
Biz Marquis comes up behind the elevator.
Okay, yeah, before we started the show, we started talking about Iggy Azalea.
And her freestyles.
Or if you like to call them freestyles.
Yeah, that was definitely in quotations. Definitely air quotes around the freestyle word.
It looked like a cartoon. It looked like a comic book strip. You see all her thoughts.
Bro said no. He said that she was rapping. She was rapping sound effects and onomatopoeias. She said, "Bing bong with a boom bomb, sing bing with a fing fang, fang fang, swoosh, sa sa, ping ping, pitty ping pong, sing dong, ding ding, sing dong dong."
Iggy is now jigger.
Iggy my jigger. The crowd was speechless.
I don't know. I could hear some screaming and yelling, but I guarantee that they were all middle-aged white women.
Either that or their ears were bleeding.
And then that didn't segue into Biz Marquis and Will Smith and Men in Black 2. That's exactly what it sounded like. You ever seen Men in Black 2? That scene with Will Smith and Biz Marquis? That's what Iggy Azalea's freestyle sound like. That conversation right there. I'm pretty sure she took that conversation.
I'm pretty sure she word for word rapped that conversation.
She just couldn't do the sound effects, so she just made up her own.
She said the sound effect.
That's exactly what it was. She described that conversation.
She just said it.
God. It's like she wrote the script down. It's like, what did he say? He said, boom, boom, chicka, boom, boom, bow, chicka, wow, wow, boom, see, ah, ah. Got it.
When you think about it, the engineer just put a thumb up. He didn't even look up.
Because his ears were bleeding.
He was dead. They just had him on a string. It's like Weekend at Bernie's. They just pull a rope up and that nigga hands go over there. One or two hands up and shit.
Oh my God.
And then I had to ask the question, does that mean she's not a good rapper or an extraordinary rapper to be able to rap fucking consonants and vowels like that? Then drop a whole 16 in straight fucking in straight tones.
Oh my God. Actually, now that I think about it, she probably spelled out the letters of the alphabet.
And we had no idea. It went right over our head.
Like she somehow pronounced and spelled out A with more than one letter. It's like AHYU. That's
when
A.
you put it at like that, Eminem better watch out. You better watch it, because I know he rhymed orange. But you can't. How you gonna go battle a nigga that can rap A? A-I-O-U, sometimes why?
Oh, God. We haven't, it's so great as we haven't even started the content yet.
Yeah. I hope you guys are having a great day. How you doing today, brother? How was your week?
I'm doing good. We shot a film with our good friend Naeem.
Ooh, he'll be here soon.
Yeah, he'll be here next week. I'm excited for that. And yeah, I was really feeling very, very healthy until I stepped outside yesterday and then instantly got hit with a sinus infection.
he got face humped by pollen immediately.
Yeah, immediately. 'Cause I just got over the flu last week or a week and a half ago, and I've been good for a whole week. I've been healthy. I've been fine. I've been like, yeah, I can breathe. My lungs are feeling good. Ah, fresh air. God damn it, Ohio.
You imagine opening the door and then pollen walks up to you like, I would like to speak to you about your extended warranty on your vehicle.
He walked. Oh God! You remember those TikToks with that one dude? I opened the door and then instantly Pollen's like, "Give me the Islam, that brother down." And then from then on, my lungs ain't been the same.
Yeah, been. Welcome to Sprinter.
Bro, for real, it has been spring for a whole week.
And now it's winter.
Oh, Jesus. Someone better
It's
put
sprinter.
Ohio back inside the insane asylum.
Right. The corn is going crazy.
The vegetation's bad.
The dope is wet. The heroin's dry.
Oh, my God.
God damn. I heard some dude was telling me this weekend that people were putting fentanyl on weed.
Again?
I don't know. That is the most fucking foulest thing I ever heard in my life.
How you gonna not feel safe smoking weed now?
I was like, how are you gonna convince a piehead to smoke the weed after you just killed his homie? Like, that ain't how niggas work.
Oh, wow.
You were like, damn, what's this? This that LA Kush that killed Jerry.
What kind of roll with that?
This that cryptochronic kill I like. The same shit that killed Allen. Well, shit, let me take it out this Dutch and put it in a hemp wrap, though.
All I can think of in that situation is don't be a menace to South Central or drinking your juice in the hood. That scene where they smoked the blunt.
Yeah.
He started dying and convulsing. Hey, yo, he dead. Yo, pass that shit.
Or remind me, I always think about Half Baked when Snoop was sitting there on the fucking stoop smoking his blunt. He said, "Damn, you know we sell this shit, right?" He said, "Damn, that's a shame. I just quit smoking yesterday."
As he hits the blunt.
He was dragging that shit.
Now, hold on, motherfucker. I just got this shit.
I just got this shit. Damn.
I do like he popped up like a Batman
He
villain.
did the
He was like,
fucking elevator thing too. The elevator move in the 90s was it, bro.
Yeah,
If you rise up like you're in an elevator.
I guarantee they did have one of them rising platforms too, because he looked like that
He
nigga
definitely
came from the smoke.
That's where Jimmy Bones came from. Where he invented that road. He was like, I was in Half Baked back in 98, right? Just hear me out. Vampire pimp. But I rise from the ground with my perm.
You know what, Snoop? Write it.
We'll get it. We'll get it done.
We'll write it.
We'll get the aunt from next Friday. She'll be in it because she does all the black people movies. Pam Grier. We can find her. I'm sure she's not doing anything. Biz Marquis. Yes, sir.
How did you get here so quick? I knew.
I'm always here.
All right.
All right.
Can you make sound effects with your face? Can I make sound effects with my face?
Iggy Azalea.
Go sit right down.
I got this one. All right.
Oh, God.
So, as you guys know here on Best Buzz Podcast, we like to start every show off with a review.
Oh, shit.
And this time, we are going to dip back into the black market. Yay!
Oh, we buying nuclear weapons again?
No, we just buying weed from my niggas.
Oh, okay.
I just bought this weed from my nigga, that's all. But this week, we've got some glue. Not Gorilla Glue, not Super Glue, just glue.
It's the type of glue that you sniffed back in 8th grade?
It's like Elmer's glue, the one that said it didn't hurt you, but we knew damn well if you put it on your hands and then let it dry and then peeled it off and ate it, you were going to get sick.
To be quite frank, I was that weird kid
I
who put
was
glue
too.
on their hands, rub it, and start pouring off. I'm a lizard! Yep. That I was that kid. I was also the kid that I like to paint his fingernails with the pencil.
Oh, yeah, I did mine with clear nail polish. And it had, like,
So that is
fingers.
it for the Best Bud
Best
Podcast.
Podcast. We got a little too open there.
Just a little too. So you used to put on nail polish.
Yeah, clear nail polish. Somebody told me it made your fingernails stronger, but I did it so I stopped biting my nails. And it didn't work. I just bit the fucking nail polish off my nails and then continued to bite them.
Oh, God. You try to trick your mind into poisoning yourself, and you still just like, nope.
Still just ate the poison.
I'm fine. These fingernails need a trimming. Yeah.
God made dirt, sticking them out to make it.
Fuck them nail clippers. Real nigga. All day.
Why am I going to walk all the way over there and get nail clippers when I could just bite them right now?
That's why. Oh, God. We still haven't gotten to the content yet.
Back to the glue. Not the ones on our hands. The ones... Well, this glue is actually in the weed. Back to the weed.
Oh
We
my
got
god.
some really light green and oranges, ambered bud here, man. This is some fucking really pretty weed. I've had it for a little bit too. This is actually my second shipment I've had of it in, so
Oh
I'm
yeah.
a little experienced in it, but it is fire.
That orange damn near looked brown.
This shit looks like something you would see on a Dragon Ball Z, like a bush or something. You know what I mean? Just
But-
a,
Believe it or not, yeah, that actually does look like an animated bush from Dragon Ball Z. That's
Yeah.
not even a lie. Like,
no, the colors in it and the shape of it. It's shaped like a little tree. Like, I'm pretty sure when Moses walked over the thing and Jesus elbow tapped him, was like, the burning bush.
it's that burning bush, and that's how you.
That's
and
how-
that's where he came up with the idea for
The
for
Ten
everything.
Commandments. How you think you got to talk to God? You got to get high. So he got high, and then God was sitting there, and he was like, "Look, write this down."
You know
But
what?
how do I teach people how to be good people? I got that. Write this down. Grab that stone. Grab that stone and that stake right there.
Bet. What am I writing? I forgot. I don't know how to write.
What are words?
I'm really high.
What do I do with my hands?
He just slowly raises them.
Slowly.
God goes like, man, put your goddamn hands
Hands
down.
down.
Put your me damn hands down.
When he raised his hands, Bismarck came up behind him.
Bismarck, you ain't even supposed to be here yet.
My bad.
God damn it, bring me out. Bring Michael Winslow.
Bing bong, bada bing bang. I said Michael Winslow, not Iggy. Aww.
I can just hear her face when she does that.
He's like, I can hear her face.
Like the entire face. I could just from hearing that, I could see the whole facial structure. I could see her
Yeah,
jaw
yeah.
dropping and her eyes start to water.
Right. She's still 6'5". Bing bang, bada bing bong. Get out of here, Iggy. Oh.
Still 6'5" with 2 basketballs in her jeans.
Yo, imagine a battle royale between Iggy Azalea, Elmo, and Eminem. That would be mind-boggling.
All right, first of all, you ain't gonna disrespect my guy Eminem like that. He actually rhymes words with words.
Yeah, but
The
so
story
does
don't make
Elmo.
no sense.
Elmo be spitting too, though. Elmo got bars. Elmo will make your song hotter. He's like a fucking G-rated Lil Wayne.
Nigga gonna kill me on.
All of a sudden, what's it? Beast Boy comes in with the fucking Money in the Bank belt.
Oh, Beast Boy with a cyborg holding the boombox next to him like it's the 90s.
Then what's it? Brian from fucking American Dad. The son.
Brian from American Dad.
Brian? What's the
Oh my!
son's
I feel
name?
disrespected. Brian from Family Guy. First
Yeah,
of
but
all,
what was his-
Steve
Steve.
from American
What's the
Dad.
difference?
There's a huge difference.
Ryan, Steve,
One
Ryan.
is played by Seth MacFarlane, the GOAT, and the other one is played by Scott Grimes. That's the difference.
I don't know who Scott Grimes is.
Exactly.
But the names aren't very different.
Okay. Yes. Yes.
It was a common, like, you could have
Very
said
true.
Chris. I would have been like, yeah, that guy.
Well, technically, Chris is a member of Family Guy, so
There you go.
you were not far off.
Neither one of us was wrong.
They literally took like the most plain
like
white
easiest
names.
names.
Stan,
Yeah.
Steve, Roger.
I think Stan is probably like one of the most unique common names they could have used too. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they could have went Ryan.
Well, they had Brian, so they're not gonna have Brian.
Brian.
But
yeah.
I think now subliminally, like years later, because I know they didn't do this then, because the being a Stan thing was not a thing when they came up with this. But in retrospect, I find it kind of funny that Stan is a stand for America. Yeah, and I find that hilarious.
Now I do, yeah. Now, I didn't even think about that till you just said it.
Yeah, I didn't think about it until you said Stan, and then it made me think, oh, he's a Stan
He is a stand.
for America.
Hey, oh my god.
God damn.
You're welcome. Seth
Seth,
and Seth, both Seths. I'm pretty sure one of you are listening.
Yeah, hopefully it's
Seth
MacFarlane.
Seth MacFarlane.
Hopefully it's MacFarlane because he'll be the one that give us a job.
Yeah, I like Green too, though, man.
I never named that. There's
like
no
Green.
disrespect to Green whatsoever.
No, I know. I like Green too.
But when one of them is getting ready to write you a check, I'd rather take MacFarlane.
I'm trying to go see Seth Green because he could probably get me in the door with Jessica Alba.
Why would you want to be in? Never mind.
Why would I want to be in the door with Jessica Alba? Good question.
I don't think she's all that. That's just me.
Jessica Alba?
She's like all right, but she's not like. When I think of
when did you first see her? When did you get exposed to Jessica Alba first?
When I first got exposed to Jessica Alba was I can't remember what movie, but it was before Fantastic Four.
Okay.
And that was a long ass time ago.
Yeah.
I think honestly the most recent exposure I can remember of Jessica Alba was The Love Guru. And that was like over 10 years ago.
Yeah.
So that is the last time I think I have seen Jessica Alba.
She became Jessica Alba in like the 90s, and like she was in Idle Hands with Devin Sawa and Seth Green. Okay. And that was my first exposure to her. I don't know if it's her first thing, but she was in Dark Angel.
Yeah, that's right.
I believe it was called.
I never actually watched Dark Angel.
And then Sin Cities. You know what I mean?
I think she was in Fantastic Four before Sin City.
I think so too. But she got naked in Sin City.
Did she not?
And she was almost naked in one movie, but she got naked in Sin City, and I was like, wow. I was not expecting that.
I might have to go back and watch Sin City
because that was intense.
Because I still don't think she's like really all like she's pretty, of course, like she's gorgeous, but...
and nobody believed that she's like Hispanic or something like that.
Yeah, she's definitely not like white.
She ain't white, yeah.
Like she might have some white in her, but I don't think she's like white.
No.
Let's see. Wow, her husband's name is Cash. Well, he's a nigga.
Well, there's that. Even if you don't want to be.
Oh, so she is. Her mother was Danish, Welsh, German, English, and French. So her mom was a mutt. Mm-hmm. And so, therefore, automatically making her
a mutt.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, there's that.
Yeah, she's all over the place.
Yeah, there's no telling what the fuck she is. I can look through her Wikipedia and probably still wouldn't find out what the fuck she is. Like, fully.
You'll never know.
She's like The Rock.
Oh, yeah, she was in Knocked Up. She's fine. She was so fine. Her and Cameron Diaz were like the big things back in those days.
Cameron Diaz, yeah. I would put Cameron Diaz above Jessica Alba. Only because, Cameron Diaz can actually act. And, yeah, oh my God, that was the first time I've ever got... What's so funny is about The Mask, she looked a lot thicker. Like, she
was fucking stacked. Yeah, you're right.
And then the other movie...
But you seen, like, Charlie's Angels?
Yeah, and she's like... She's still cute.
Like, I like how she moved her little butt in those little boy pants, the little boy shorts.
Yeah.
But
she's still...
Damn, she was still like a rail.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
It's like she got thick, and then she slimmed down.
Well, you know, she's from Cali. So that was probably what it was. She was from the hood. So she came out with that hood weight, and then they Hollywood her.
Yeah.
And they're like, look, you need to weigh like 92 pounds.
But then she also got thick again for, well, no, she was probably before.
Probably pregnant, too, because she was getting pregnant.
Something about Mary.
Something about Mary. That was like the end of it.
Really?
It was like right before she started slowing down and shit.
I thought there was something about Mary came out before Charlie's Angels.
Yeah. This is when she started slowing down, though.
Oh, yeah.
Because remember, she was everywhere. She was like Jim Carrey almost, you know what I mean?
Yeah, she was.
They were everywhere.
Oh God, I do love me some Cameron. It's unfortunate a lot of these people are just like a lot of the people that we grew up idolizing and had massive crushes on back in the day. They're just like been replaced by newer and younger, as they usually do. There are very few actors and actresses. Well, they're all actors now. There are very few actors that are like still relevant as much as they were back in the day.
Yeah.
Like even Robert De Niro, one of the greatest actors alive still. He's still kind of like far few in between.
He's so old, but he's still just like, even the movies he do is like, he plays just some old grumpy bear. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like,
or something to do with the mob or something. Him and Al Pacino.
I had a conversation last night about actors who you thought that were going to be bigger and were doing good, and they just went nowhere, like Ryan Phillippe and Jessica Biel. You know what I mean?
Jessica Biel. What? She got married to Justin Timberlake, so she ain't got to do shit.
But she was a great actress, too. She was in all kind of shit. They were giving her roles, and then she got married, and then that was it. Boom, bong.
Because
she's back now. You know what I mean?
Because she didn't have to work. She got that NSYNC Justin Timberlake money.
And Justin Timberlake probably at home like, look, bitch. I've been on tour for 6 years.
Done 400 movies.
Netflix ain't got nothing they need you in or nothing. There ain't no Amazon original Prime or nothing.
Oh, I can find something. Thank you, bitch.
God damn, there's only so much I could pop lock.
But let's face it, Justin Timberlake is still the GOAT.
He's still the man.
He is still. He's still that nigga. He's still that nigga. I used to love Justin Timberlake before Justin Timberlake became Justin Timberlake.
Yeah, I love Justin Timberlake. Well, we know. We share this.
Yeah. But I don't think they know. So now you gotta.
we're boy band fans. We do like some boy bands, but we're also products of the 80s and 90s. So suck my. You can't fight us. You can't beat us up. So what? It's Friday night and I just got paid.
Get money.
Hey, look, and you can't beat us up. What's up?
I guarantee half the people listening to it is like, who is that?
What the fuck is that?
What song was that?
NSYNC.
That album with Bye Bye Bye.
Fire.
Yes. What was the name of that fucking album?
Was it No Strings?
I think that was actually the name of the album. Look at me trying to spell it on in accent. That's exactly what I spelled. Albums for NSYNC. Yeah. No Strings Attached was the name of the album, and that album was absolutely gas.
It was fire. Like, I don't care. You can say what you want. Like, the thing that I've noticed about you people these days is everything that was once good is now being shitted on. So we liked it all great, like, a lot back in the day. All you guys hate it these days. Yeah. And look, I'm going to be honest. I don't give a fuck. Wild Wild West was great. Shit on it as much as you want. The first Spider-Man, great.
I don't think anyone says anything about the first Spider-Man.
Oh, man, dude.
Really?
Jake. Warling.
I'm going to have a conversation with that motherfucker. We going to have to fight now.
People talk about the organic webbing and all kinds of shit.
I will give shit up to the organic webbing all day long. I will talk shit about that, but that's not make the movie bad.
Yeah, people will be bitching about shit that that was universally loved. Now, you know what I mean? Like,
oh no, I never liked organic webbing. Never.
I thought it was awesome. I think anything Sam Raimi does to put a twist on things is awesome. You know what I mean?
I know it makes more sense because if you have the powers of a spider, it would just be like, oh, he's also
be able to spin.
You should be able to spin your web.
And but the only other spot that it should have really came out with was his
booty hole.
So.
Yeah, so I can understand why they did it because it would be really weird to see Tobey Maguire jumping through a window, sticking his ass out, and then shooting a web through his sphincter.
What the craziest part is, how does he catch it?
Then so today, ladies and gentlemen, that is it for the Advanced Buzz Podcast because that just broke me. How would he?
I am melted.
How would he catch that? Like, would he actually like? Does he do like spider clinches?
You gotta like 180s,
or does
jumps,
or does his like if he actually has the powers of a spider, does the spider anus like strengthen when they shoot the webs out so they're like they can clinch?
He just keeps his asshole straight in the air and his legs are straight up, and he squirts it straight out and he catches it like he's.
Or maybe he's got the world's tightest sphincter muscles, and he could just lock that bitch
just swings
down.
with his ass.
As a villain, I would hate to get shot with that web.
Oh my god! Imagine getting shot in the.
No, I don't want to.
That is the end of Best Buzz Podcast.
Again, third time this episode.
As you can tell, this is some pretty good weed because I'm already feeling pretty good.
I don't think we even mentioned the fact that we had started rolling.
No. We got right into it.
Yeah, we are actually almost damn near halfway through the blunt. We never even mentioned the fact that we were rolling it, smoking it, or anything. We mentioned the blood, and then it.
But I'm pretty sure once we started talking about our love for boy bands
and Spider-Man sphincter,
you should have knew that we were high. That's some high people shit right there.
Yeah. Boy bands and spider booty hoes.
Oh, my God. So.
And we've canceled it 4 times, so yeah, we is definitely high.
So, over the last week when we didn't record, I actually took a trip to Michigan.
Yeah, that's right.
I went out there for a Sensi magazine party. It was for Mardi Gras. So it was last Tuesday on Fat Tuesday, and it was pretty cool, man. It was pretty cool. I met a lot of different vendors, a lot of different sponsors and things like that while I was out there, and it really opened my eyes to the market out there in Michigan. Mm-hmm. One guy called it the Green Rush, and boy, he was not lying. I mean, there's so many people there for marijuana, and so many people, so many opportunities out there, dude. Like, it truly is nothing like Ohio. Yeah. Like, it's just how strict it is still, and how you gotta damn near be dying to even get a medical card. Versus out there, man, it's a dispensary everywhere. So everybody got weed.
So is it? I don't know the laws out there as far as marijuana. Wow, I literally just said marijuana.
Cannabis.
As far as weed. As far as weed goes out there in Michigan, like what is the laws out there? Is it like recreational or is it medicinal?
Yeah, so in Michigan they are legal for recreational and medicinal purposes. They also honor out of state medical cards as well, because I was able to bring mine from Ohio there as well. So,
nice.
Which is actually really cool, because a lot of people don't reciprocate, I believe is how that goes. But, yeah, and I think you're allowed up to 2.5 ounces a day, 10 ounces per month is what I believe.
And that's going to the dispensary?
Yes.
So then they keep like a tab of how much
I believe,
you buy?
I guess when you scan your ID or something like that, you probably get registered in some kind of database.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Same as we do here, for our points. So I'm pretty sure there's some kind of database somewhere.
I still need to get me a medical card, but I don't have any medical. I get anxiety, so I don't know if you'd have to actually go to a doctor and probably get diagnosed with anxiety.
No, you could do it online now. You don't even really actually need an actual doctor's prescription anymore.
Really?
Yeah, you just call them and tell them like, hey man, like I've got chronic pain. Actually, now they actually just passed a law too that you can tell your doctor that you want to be prescribed marijuana. You can tell them, and then as long as the doctor agrees that it will help, like if you're in chronic pain and you tell them, like, look, I smoke weed for my pain, I don't want to take these pills, they'll write you a prescription, and you can, or they'll not write you a prescription, but they'll let you get your card too.
Okay.
But it's super easy. You can go and what I do is I go to VeraHeal.com.
VeraHeal, you spell that for the people?
VeraHeal.com.
So VeraHeal.
Yeah, okay. VeraHeal.com. They will definitely get you together. It's about $150 for the consultation, which actually gets you your card and everything. And then another $50 gets it expedited, so you get it same day.
Oh, okay.
So $200, you got your medical license card, and you no longer have to ride around with an eighth in your trunk like you're Rick Ross.
Well, I'm pretty sure that Rick Ross won't roll around with an eighth.
No.
Nah,
well, that's how I always felt when I ride. That's the reason why I got my card, man, because just being a black man in Ohio, like in America, but being in Ohio, just, you know what I mean? And having weed on me. I don't roll around with guns and drugs or anything, but I also don't want to give them any reason to pull me out of my car, Yeah. And I'll ride around with a little bit of weed on me, and like I said, you got to ride around like Rick Ross. You know what I mean? You got to cover it up.
It's in the trunk, and it's underneath the trunk where the tire is.
Yeah.
And it's in a bag inside the tire.
I put my kid on top of that. Just so they ain't actual questions. Like,
somehow the kid's playing with the tire, learning how to change one.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah,
that makes sense. I think I'll have to look into that, especially if it's only $150 just to get the consultation and the actual license.
Yep.
But only a $50 fee to fucking get that the same day. It's not bad.
Yeah, it's not bad at all. Even if you don't want to pay that much, you can pay your $150, get your appointment and your consultation done, and then wait a couple of days, and then get your shit, and then bam.
Still, even that extra $50 all that is worth at least the peace of mind.
Exactly, and that is 100% why I did it, because the weed isn't cheaper.
Yeah,
dispensaries out here are ridiculously overpriced.
Of course,
you know what I mean.
But I guarantee the weed is probably better.
It's all right. Yeah, some of it's better, some of it isn't. Some of it's they can definitely come down on their price because they tripping.
Yeah,
like anybody could, though. Yeah. Which is something I put over, like I like in Michigan too, man. You go out there, the weed is greatly priced. The black market will always survive because there's still limitations in dispensaries and shit like that.
Yeah.
You
And
know,
there's still
the
people who can't get their cars.
Yeah, and even if it was rec, even in states where it's recreational, the black market's still gonna thrive because
they give deals.
I can hit my homie up and go get weed right now versus having to go over there, stand in line, sign in, show you my ID. You know what I mean?
And then have to get them to weigh it out. And all that.
Sometimes your homie sell weed. Sometimes you can go over your homie house, smoke a blunt, buy some weed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Things like that. So the black market would always survive unless they start selling weed for like $5 a gram again.
Yeah, because the black market is gonna be like, I can't go there.
You can't go that low. You know what I mean?
But still, you pay the extra $5 potentially for the convenience.
Exactly, for the convenience. Yeah,
you go in
you
there.
You can go get an eighth from the dispensary for $35, $30. You know what I mean? They got $25 to $35 eighths, just like it would be on the streets. But then you got to pay the tax, and then, like you said, you got to get in your car and wait in line. You know what I mean? Like,
going to your homie's house, you might get a free blunt smoke out of it.
Exactly.
And plus, you get to hang out with your homie.
And it's your homie. So, you know what I mean? And I support small business.
So it's not like you're taking a major loss. You're still paying the $150, $200 for the peace of mind, knowing that, hey, I got this weed.
Exactly.
Put it in a dispensary jar, so if something did happen, you'd be like, I got my card.
This is my prescription. Because
I highly doubt they're going to pull it out, sniff it, and be like, this isn't blue papaya. This is
the Alaskan thunderfuck.
This is grape ape.
Yeah.
This is mint. This will pull you over for not
exactly. I should lock you up for having rag on you, bitch. So that's definitely something I really liked about Michigan, man. Just the convenience, everything.
Yeah.
Big shout out to First Class Dispensary. They are awesome in Lansing, Michigan. Definitely want to give a big shout out to the Empire Collective as well, and Mary Jane by Penny Lane as well. Some great companies that's out there doing their thing. I know one thing, man. They were giving away pre-rolls like fucking flies on stink, dude, and I got some bud from the Empire Collective, man, that was called Death Stomper, dude, and it blew me down.
Really?
Oh, my God. The Empire Collective, if you guys are out in Michigan, anywhere near Lansing, make sure you guys check them out, because holy shit. They got some really good bud in, I've had a lot of good weed, but they definitely stuck out in my mind. And the owner is pretty cool, Trey Porter. Shout out.
So I would like to... If it ever became recreational in Ohio, which I'm sure at some point it will, it still may take a couple more years because we're Ohio.
Yeah.
We're probably one of the more red states.
Yeah.
And we are literally 4 years behind everybody.
I think it was, what's the dude that made the Nevermore? The bird, the Nevermore. It's an old Arthur. Edgar Allan Poe.
Okay, the Raven.
Yeah,
the
Raven, Edgar Allan Poe, I think it was.
Yeah. It's Edgar Allan Poe, yeah.
Somebody said, I can't remember, I'm not remembering who quoted, but I remember. He said, if the world was to ever end, I'm going to move to Ohio because they're always 20 years behind.
Well, that was definitely not Edgar Allan Poe. Because
he was born in
1845.
Well, I mean, yeah, it definitely wasn't him.
Unless he's a time traveler.
Yeah, I mean, Jay-Z is.
Shit, fucking Matt Cronin is.
Yeah, and Pharrell.
I am.
I will be.
I am. I just don't know how to tell the future yet.
See, I can barely tell the time. Shit. It's big. Michigan is definitely is a little ahead. They call Michigan the California of the Midwest, and it is just because of the level of weed and how much they have, and I mean, it's really good weed out there, and it's a lot. So, but Ohio will be there soon, man. It's been on the rec has been on the ballot probably about 2-3 times already, and it's back on it again this time. They got enough signatures, so I feel like soon it's coming because they're seeing how much they
can make.
I think they just made. They said they made $181 million off of cannabis sales last year, which is like up like only like 60-something% or something like that from the year before. So imagine what it's going to be this year.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? With even more people being added to the list and more people knowing about it.
And I think, I don't understand, this is just me. I don't understand why it's such a thing now anyway. I don't know why there's still a big war on drugs.
Because they can't tax it. They try to figure out how they can make their money first. That's the problem.
But
honestly.
even still, like they just said that how much $100 and something million for last year in weed profits.
That's how greedy they are.
But
Just imagine how greedy.
That's still 100.
Yeah,
in revenue.
One state sold more in weed than alcohol.
And shit's still illegal.
Yeah, remember they killed niggas over alcohol back in the day.
And then the prohibition and all that other
They
stuff.
shot you in the fucking street for a barrel of drink.
And it wasn't too far off with weed too, but now it's the same thing with alcohol. It's become more convenient. There's no way you can stop it. And I eventually think later down the line, and I'm not talking like within the next 10 years. I'm talking like later.
Oh, 10 years?
10, 20 years. They'll probably start working on other things as well. Like maybe, because you think about it, heroin. A lot of people die on heroin because it's laced. A lot of it is laced with some of the stuff that it doesn't have.
Yeah.
Think back during like the 40s, 50s, and 60s where they actually had more abundant heroin and the heroin was actually pure and clean and it didn't fucking kill you unless you were stupid and overdose.
And that's like a big thing they're going through now. Is instead of sending people to rehab and to jail, send them to places that
have the
clean,
real shit.
safe sites. You know what I mean? Like a safe injection sites is what they call them. You know what I mean? So you're using clean shit and clean, sterile shit, and you're disposing of it in a clean, sterile way and shit like that. You know what I mean?
And I'm not sitting here saying like, go do heroin, people.
Yeah.
Or if you're on heroin, stay on it. No, I'm just saying like if you are on it and if they focused on, instead of treating you like a criminal, treating you like you have a mental illness, or treating you like a bad guy.
Like a problem.
Yeah, like a problem. And actually just like aid you with it.
Yeah.
Give you the good stuff that's just not going to kill you. Exactly. Because, if you think about it, if you're monopolizing and everything, would you rather have a live taxpayer than a dead one?
Yeah, exactly. I'd rather you still sit here and pay me my change.
But that's still that's kind of making this sound bad.
Think, you know what I mean?
It's making it sound bad because like, oh yeah,
but you should be all for the preservation of life.
Yeah,
you know what I mean, regardless if you're doing it for monetary or ethical values, like everyone should be doing.
Yeah, because everyone deserves a chance. I feel like everyone deserves a second chance.
And I feel like you should shut away a drug addict because people get hooked on drugs for the craziest reason, especially opioids. You know what I mean? A lot of these people are workers and middle class people. They just got hurt. You know what I mean? The doctors got them. The doctors be the biggest drug dealers. You know what I mean?
The doctors are the biggest drug dealers.
Yeah, like I totally understand. And this conversation is actually a great segue for our next one, the Batman review.
It is a great segue because it goes from drug dealing to Batman.
Because if this Batman was around and people were trying to do drugs, safe or not, he'll probably beat the fucking shit out of you.
Twice.
Yes. Hard.
Okay, we got to talk about the Batman. We have to. First of all, we have to give you guys a spoiler warning. If you have not seen the Batman, you probably might want to come back in about 20 minutes.
Yeah. But also, at this point in time in life, you've probably should have seen the Batman already. It's in the second week. So if you haven't seen the Batman yet, like he said, spoiler alert.
Yeah.
But at this point, you should probably not care anymore either.
I mean, there's also like some ethical rules. Like it's not an unspoken rule.
After the first week.
I thought it was like 2 or 3 weeks. Or something like that.
I've seen after the first week, and then I've seen after the second week, and this is now after the second week. You know what I mean? It's grossed over $400 million already in the second week, and it's the second movie this year to cross the $100 million mark.
What was the first one? Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
Of course, the two greatest comic book characters to ever fucking land on the page end up over $100 million.
Easily in weeks. In a week.
And I honestly think Doctor Strange is going to do the same thing.
Doctor Strange is definitely going to do the same thing because it's the marketing.
They actually marketed these like really well.
Disney is a fucking hound on the marketing. They gonna have the toys. They gonna be doing guest appearances on Jay Leno, Saturday Night Live,
even though he's been retired.
Hospitals. Yep. They got rap videos. They do like little shorts in between.
They do
cartoons that tie into shit. They do shows that their marketing makes the movies blow up because they make you want to see the movies. So the ones that they invest into. They're not gonna do it with the Morbius. They don't do it with Morbius. They don't do it with Venom.
Yeah, they definitely didn't because that's Sony.
It's for their grand scheme. Yeah, you know what I mean. So they those movies that are supposed to be seen that they like you need to see these for the tad bit at the end, they gonna fucking market the fuck out of it. You know what I mean? Watch for Brie Larson coming out here soon because the Marvels are coming soon. So watch for that.
No, I don't think that they're gonna go that hard for the Marvel.
Yeah, because they're passing the torch to a fucking ethnic girl. So they're definitely gonna be all over that. Just like they got America Chavez all in the goddamn
Doctor Strange.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they gonna jump. They jumping all over the ethnic band. You know what I mean? Eternals, everything.
I still haven't seen Eternals. Like I'm way like that's probably like the only movie that I'm just like I don't want to see it. I don't really care to. But people say like it's good to the point where it connects a lot of like the MCU, and I'm just like.
I hear it is like it is a Snyder style MCU movie. So if you like Snyder style, you will like this movie.
I'm a fan. Despite what a lot of people say, I'm a fan of some of Zack Snyder's movies. Actually, a lot of them.
Most people are. Most people are. It's just cool to say.
It's cool. It's cool to say that.
Because if you can sit here and act like this nigga didn't make 300, which is like one of the greatest.
I didn't like 300. I love the action.
Movie of all
I
time.
love the action. The action because it was so cinematic. It was so different.
Yeah. And
it was like looking like an oil painting.
And the things he was saying. It was just if you see the graphic novel, there's some of the shots that are shot for shot, like woo, you know.
Yeah.
Actually, those side scenes where they're in slow motion, you see people like in the side and the back of them, and they're attacking.
I take that back. It was my first time when I saw it. I didn't like it. I was like, it was
just an action movie.
And I went back and watched it again. I think I gained a better respect for it. But Sucker Punch is what got me.
Sucker Punch is a good one too.
I loved Sucker Punch. I didn't understand a bit of what I was watching until the very end. I'm just like.
Okay, yeah.
So that whole thing was just in her head, but the fucking movie was dope. Exactly. Regardless of what happened at the end, the movie itself was dope. I didn't like how it ended and pretty much negated the whole movie, but I already seen what I seen.
And that was a big thing in that time too. They loved doing that. Oh, but it was all a dream.
Yeah.
Things, you know what I mean?
But the only really Zack Snyder movie that I really did not actually like was The Watchmen.
Oh my God, that was visual gold. Like that is visually.
I love Zack Snyder as far as his visuals. Like his visuals are great. I love his visuals. I just didn't care for the movie. It's like I thought it was too long. Like I didn't like the story that much.
Yeah. You like Guy Ritchie movies?
Not exactly.
Okay.
I kind of do, but like the Sherlock Holmes. I love Sherlock Holmes.
Okay. Yeah, I see that. But not his like Snatch.
Snatch, that was the one with
Brad Pitt.
No, I did love that. I love
like
Snatch because my dude Turner turned me on to that. Snatch was good.
Have you ever seen his other movies that are like that? Because a lot of his movies are set up like that, where they're almost like anthologies. It's a lot of different stories going on. It is crazy. You know what I mean?
Didn't Guy Ritchie do an MCU film? I think he did.
Did he do like a Iron Man or something?
I think he did. I think he did Iron Man 3
or 2.
I'm going to say that. I'm putting my money on 3, that he did 3. If he did do one. But I don't think he did. Yeah, he didn't do a MCU movie. I could have sworn, because there was a movie that he did, and I was like, Guy Ritchie did this? Atomic Blonde. He did Atomic Blonde.
Which was good.
Yeah. Oh, well... Oh, that was 2008, and that's because I'm looking on the internet. It says Captain Britain film confirmed for MCU. Guy Ritchie to direct 2018. Yeah. So we've never nut or heard.
Yeah. So
and but it's from Everything Always. They always do a lot of stuff, so they're pretty.
Yeah.
Okay, so Guy Ritchie's got some
bangers,
some movies that I do like. Yeah.
He's got some bangers. He likes to throw a lot of stories around, and then they all make sense at the end.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And I have no
or it
problem
starts
with that.
from the end. See, or it start from the end and then work its way back.
I hate them because that's starting to happen so much.
Like John Wick
and Uncharted, they start at the middle or like the most actiony part,
and then they rewind it. So you bet you wonder how I got here.
Yeah, that shit. Like, it's so annoying nowadays.
Yep.
And you know what? Aladdin. He did Aladdin. I couldn't stand Aladdin. I didn't like Aladdin. I hated Aladdin. So
Revolver, Rock and Roller.
Yeah,
those are great.
Didn't care for Rock and Roller. That was the one with who was in that?
Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels. That's with Gerard Butler.
Okay, I'm thinking of there was another one.
And it's the rock star dude. What was his name? Like Johnny something.
Nope, I do remember this. Yeah, I didn't care for this one
That was good.
because it was
All over the place.
all over the place and was more of a drama.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And
Yep.
you know how I feel about drama.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's why I asked. Like, yeah.
I don't like sitting there and just. I like dialogue. If the dialogue can make me laugh. If
Yeah.
it's funny dialogue, it always wins.
Yeah.
You know my style.
Yeah.
Humor, excuse me. But when it's just literally like sitting there conversating and you actually have to think about what they're saying, you have to be inside the characters.
and
It gets too
listen to
much.
them.
It's like,
Yeah.
I don't want to watch a movie to feel. I mean, I do want to feel how the character's feeling, but I don't want to like know his entire life story. Oh, he was.
Same.
Yeah.
But I feel like that goes for certain movies. Like a lot of
Yeah.
people were criticizing the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and they were like, "Well, the characters didn't make sense, and the story didn't make sense." And I was like, "Well, those people die, so I don't really care about character development for Susan if she's gonna get fucking stabbed in the neck in scene 2.
Yeah,
You know
exactly.
what I mean?
Yeah.
And the story doesn't have to make sense because it's a horror movie. You know what I mean?
I
It's
feel like-
really
yeah.
just wham bam, thank you, ma'am, give me what I came here for, popcorn flick type shit. You know?
Exactly.
But these movies are made for storytelling.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like Departed. Like
I love the part of
The Departed is always going to be like one of my favorite examples because that is the only time I've ever been moved. Like literally been moved by all these characters and all this thing, and I was just so attached. And then all of a sudden the end happened. And I was like,
What?
Wow.
And what's so
You know what I
funny
mean?
is,
Wow.
I did not like Leonardo DiCaprio for the longest time until that movie. Because he'd always die at the end. Every movie that I saw him in, he died at the end.
Shit, you're right.
So I'm just like, dude, I'm tired of Leo. He's being a heartthrob and he just dies.
Yeah.
And then I saw Departed. I'm like, oh, yeah, he's
Yeah.
good. Oh, okay. I'm
Yeah.
starting to get a respect. Oh, and he's dead.
And he dies.
But fucking, he's the GOAT.
That was a cold ass way to die.
That was a motherfucker right there.
That was a way to die.
Like I was like blown away. Like that.
Literally.
Ding! Bam!
Wow. And literally blown away. Like,
What the fuck just happened?
That was crazy. And that was storytelling to get you
Yeah.
so captivated and then it just cut you off like that.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. But movies like that, I'd rather read a book because if I want to be enthralled in characters, because books are more detailed than the movies
Because
are.
your mind is
Yeah,
way
and your mind
more detailed.
detail oriented,
Yeah.
and you're more imaginative. I'd rather read a drama book because I love
Yeah.
James Patterson.
Yeah.
I read his books because
Yeah.
they're nothing but dramas and mysteries, cop mysteries.
Yep.
I'll read the fuck out of them.
Yeah.
But if they came out with a movie, I'll be like,
You be bored. Yeah.
I'll be bored to
You be
tears.
Like, I need some explosions.
yeah, I need some explosions to make me laugh.
Somebody get shot or something.
Exactly.
God damn, yeah,
But
I feel
speaking
it.
of, I think we got off on a tangent because
No,
it started about Batman.
Batman, yeah, and
We
that's
ended
how
up-
Batman was though, because Batman was a good mixture of both of these things.
Yeah.
And that's what made Batman such a great film, because they had a lot of dialogue where you had to listen and pay attention, but people got kicked in the fucking mouth.
And it was Batman.
You know, and it was Batman.
It wasn't
You know
like
what I mean?
Bruce Wayne was doing all the detective work. It was Batman.
Yeah, and because he didn't have an idea for either one of them at the time.
Yeah.
He was just a pissed off person with a suit and a car.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And he
And
really,
tech out the ass.
yeah, money and time. He didn't really know what he was doing, but he knew he was gonna fuck y'all up today.
What was it?
Like,
2 years? Was it 2 years
Yep,
as
year
Batman?
two. Yep,
And
year two.
what I loved so much about this is I think me and you were talking about Batman not too long ago and how it was like the animated series and how it was so like mobster-ish.
Yeah, like Nor 20s.
And that's exactly
Yeah.
why I love this, because it felt so reminiscent of the Batman animated series. Because it was mostly mob related. Like it felt like it was a modern day old school mob style.
Exactly.
Everything was about twists and turns and who was the capo and who was
Exactly.
not.
Exactly.
You know, and then
Exactly.
and it was Batman being Batman for 2 hours and 20 minutes, and you only got Bruce Wayne for 30.
For 30.
And
Maybe.
and that's why I love it so much.
Like, I want to give 30 generous.
Yeah.
Like, that's
Yeah.
generous. Like,
Yeah.
I was saying he was Bruce for about 8 minutes. Total.
He might have been.
Like, because
might
he
have
was
been.
not really... Even when he took the mask off, he still had everything else on, makeup and everything. He was
And even-
not
yeah,
snapping out of it.
I consider that part of
You know what I
Batman,
mean?
and that's what I loved about it. And you could just feel how much he took over a room.
Yeah.
Like he'd walk in the room and literally an
Everybody
investigation stops.
Everyone stops.
And they're like, Batman, why is he
Yeah.
here?
You know what I mean?
Yeah, but that was also one thing I didn't really like is the fact that they were just so Batman's here.
Batman. I didn't like how he was just walking on the sets.
Yeah.
Like, on the scenes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I know how he does, and I know he does his thing, and he's a detective, too. But he was just walking in there like a cop. You know what I mean? Even though everybody else stopped. That's why I appreciated Martinez.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because Martinez was the only one that was... His little Puerto Rican ass was like... Yo, bucko.
Yeah.
You
can't be here.
You can't be
here. And I do
here.
like that because a lot of... I liked how he did that because
he had to earn his respect.
Batman would usually do all his investigating work before the cops got there.
Or after
the cops got
there.
there.
After he did it on his own. You know what I mean? So
because he found everything that they missed.
Yep. So seeing him actually being shunned away by the police, that whole interaction between him and the police, from him being tolerated to them just trying to get him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because remember, he had to get up out of there at one point, you know?
Yeah, because he... Actually, I think that's where the rest of it will take place. You'll get more of that Batman because he punched Jim Gordon in front of a bunch of cops.
Yeah.
Automatically gets like
no fly zone.
Yep.
Literally. So that and that movie was shot beautifully.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Some of those scenes in there was breathtaking. Like Matt Reeves really did his thing.
Yeah.
Man, you know what I mean? And I'm excited to see where this universe goes because holy shit, dude.
And actually, I just realized, you've played the Arkham games, right?
Correct.
Yes. There probably was a point where Batman could do that because throughout the entire series of Arkham, Batman was literally walking through Arkham and Arkham Knight. He was walking through the GCPD like he owned the place. And everyone was like, yeah, Batman, sure.
But also, the city was in shambles.
And it was also...
They needed him
years
at that
and years
point.
and years and years later.
Yeah, and they needed him, actually, because he had a tank.
They needed him because he was Batman.
Because he was Batman. And he had a tank. He was pulling up on shit.
Which is also another point about the Batman that I really loved. I love the Batmobile.
That thing was the star of the show. And I knew about the car. The reveal of the car, though, made my face numb.
Same
I ain't
here.
never had that happen, dude. Like,
my chair started rumbling.
Yeah,
those
bro.
Sitting in IMAX. I'm like, oh. I think I broke the buttons in my pants.
I just got that same feeling in my legs again. Like, I looked around, everybody did the same thing. Everybody looked at each other.
And then the blue light came on, and you saw the heat coming from the engine.
And then when he made it jump,
oh! I'm like, oh!
I jumped up, ran out my shoes. One Jordan here, other Jordan there. Gone.
Oh my God, that
shit
reveal
was scary.
That was the best reveal ever.
They did two things in that movie that I will always be grateful for. One, they showed Batman as the detective. And two, they showed the actual fear Batman put in people's chest. They didn't have these cheesy, oh man, we gotta go. Why? The Bat's here. What, man, he's just a myth. Like, you know what I mean? One of those, like, cheesy moments. Like, no, man, they were showing an actual phobia that truly exists. When you see dark, when you see pitch black dark, I forgot the name of it, but there's something in your mind that instantly takes over, you know what I mean? Because you don't know what's in there. So your mind just forms all this shit going on in this dark corner. And they were showing said dark corners. You know what I mean?
And they were looking at it like, oh, no, sir.
They looked at it and I did. Like, even I started kind of getting scared because you don't know what's in there and you're waiting the whole time. It's like, is he going to jump out of there? And then he even said, it's a big city. I can't be everywhere. And then they still showed these corners and how afraid everyone was of dark spaces. Yeah. Because that nigga could be there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I love that. And that was like off the jump. Off the jump, showing you the fear that he put in. Yeah,
they
show that bat signal in the air,
and it was all makeshift.
And they're like,
everything's makeshift.
Yeah,
everything was makeshift. You could just tell everything was just scraps put together. You know what I mean? Like Gordon was relying on Batman. Yeah, like because he's the other hand that he had. You know what I mean? Like
the one thing I didn't like about that though, and I think I mentioned it to you, was that first scene. Even though like the entire movie is great. I didn't understand like the first gang of criminals that Batman beat the fuck out of.
Yeah.
I didn't understand that. The one guy saw the bat signal, the guy who played Tim Drake in Titans.
Yeah.
He saw the bat signal and he was like, "Oh no, sir, I ain't trying to do this."
Yeah.
But the rest of the gang was like, "Who the fuck are you?
Yeah.
Who is this guy?"
Yeah.
Like they did not know who the Batman is. There are people all around Gotham City who were like, dark corners.
They were scared of
bat
dark
signals.
corners. Yeah.
Hell no.
Yeah.
But then you got these guys. They're like, who are you supposed to be?
Yeah.
I mean, I know they did it.
Well, maybe they didn't
for
know
the
what
movie.
he looked like, you know what I mean? Or, I don't know.
They did. I know they just did it for the movie. It was one of those moments where
they got to show what he do, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But also, I get what you're saying, you know what I mean? Like, everybody knew who Batman was. How did you six not?
Yeah,
You
exactly.
Six
then I
out of
instantly
7.
forgot what happened. Then I forgot because Batman beat the living shit out of everybody
with a 90 piece.
It's like, nigga. Well, I saw that in the trailer and I still got goosebumps.
Still was crazy. Yeah,
because you got because actually seeing it in IMAX, you get to hear every hit.
Every hit.
You can hear that bones breaking when he broke his arm, and then considered him beat the
punched him
shit
again,
and then knocked him down, and then punched him 4 more times,
and then said he was Vengeance. That ain't even his name. Ain't even his name. And then they called him Vengeance the rest of the movie. Remember? Come on, Vengeance.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, they were talking shit,
and then getting their ass beat.
Yeah.
But I do like how they kind of showed Batman's normality. They didn't show him as like a god. He was getting hands put on him.
He got punched a lot.
He was getting shot a lot. He was getting thrown around. He didn't look like. I mean, granted, he doesn't look like the Batman that we're all used to. Yeah, that we're all used to. It's showing progression and growth.
Exactly.
And I like that. There's actually somewhere to go because I guarantee if they do like a trilogy and that third one is. Weave, bomb, smoke bomb.
Because as of right now, he will beat the dog shit out of Christian Bale's Batman.
Oh God,
he's not gonna be able to try to do that fusion move and get away with it. Like, he's gonna get hit with something fierce.
That's why I hate it. That's why I did not like the Christian Bale movies because his Batman was just not right.
He couldn't scrap.
He couldn't fight. He was not intimidating.
Nope.
He
had good technology.
That's about it.
Technology.
He had good technology that he had someone else create.
And I liked his heart. I liked his heart from the first two. You know what I mean?
But that's Batman. That's like one of his things.
Yeah, you know what I mean? His will. That was a good way to put his will on display. And the dialogue was good. That was it. You know what I mean?
I'm not wearing hockey pants.
The Joker just not killing a lot of people, for me, is really what got me.
And that's where that was usually my
Joker.
argument when people say, "Oh, I love Heath Ledger's Joker the best," because you mentioned that to me, and I'm like, "Yeah, that makes a lot of sense." I love Heath Ledger's acting.
I love
how his portrayal was. His he did a good job with the script he was given. Yeah. Excellent job.
Yeah.
But as far as that Joker, you're very correct. He blew up an empty hospital.
Yep.
And the thing that you told me is he gave both boats a detonator to blow up one another. Yeah. Who's gonna be the one to blow up?
Yeah. And then exactly what happened when it happened exactly how we knew it was gonna happen.
No one blew each other up.
No one blew up.
And I remember you saying Joker would have blown up one and dared Batman to come stop him and blow up the other one.
Exactly.
So I'm like,
I'm on top of a bridge.
That's Joker.
Yeah.
Joker was really tame. He killed like 3 people the entire movie.
And he would have blew up the boat of the regular people and kept the boat of criminals, and he would have made Batman save a boat full of criminals.
Okay, that's another point that I never even thought of.
That's some Joker shit right there. He would have made him to have to make the tough decisions. Yeah. That's what Joker do. That's what he was even like hinting toward. That's why he threw the bitch out the window. Whoever the fuck Rachel is. I don't know who Rachel is. They just made her up for a movie. Yeah. Because there's no, whatever. We're not going to get into that. That frustrates me too, because Rachel makes no sense, and that was just thrown in there to make Bruce be in love with somebody, and they didn't have to do that. They could have brought in Talia. You know what I mean?
They could have brought in Talia. They could have brought in Catwoman. They could have brought in Ivy. They could have brought in fucking Harley Quinn.
Yeah, like
he got bodies with him.
They're gonna make him and Harvey Dent share a bitch,
Vicky Vale,
and then blow her up. You know what I mean? Like, Vicky Vale, why they didn't even mention her? Like,
not a once.
Crazy. So, that's how I feel about it.
I agree.
The Batman is definitely, I feel like if we're going to rank, which I don't like to do anymore, I'm going to stop doing, I still say he's a tab behind Ben Affleck. Ben Affleck is still the embodiment of Bruce and Batman and action and detective and
I don't know about
shit done there.
I don't know about detective because he's still one of the ones that didn't get to really become a detective.
Yeah,
because he was a seasoned veteran. He's been in the game for years.
He knew everything about everybody already.
Yeah, but we didn't
get to see it. We got to see it. He was already established.
Right. But that's why I'm saying. That's why I'm saying like we didn't get to see it. Because he was already a seasoned veteran. He knew your moves before.
And he was pissed.
So
he was fucking.
Granted,
grumpy.
we didn't see it. Like that's the only part because we don't ever see that for any of the Batmans except the Batman.
Except for Batman Begins.
But I still agree that it's hard to, as well as Pattinson did, it's still hard to put him over Batfleck for me as well because just like Pattinson, I doubted Ben Affleck. I doubted from top to bottom.
Yeah.
It's like, why is Ben Affleck paying Batman?
Yeah.
And then that first screenshot where they showed him in the suit standing next to the Batman or the Batmobile, I'm like, okay.
Yep, go.
I see why.
Yep, that's
now, granted, I didn't feel that way when I saw Pattinson because there was so many issues. I was like, I don't like the cowl. I don't like the collar.
Yeah.
Like, his suit looks like it's literally just made it in his closet.
It did, yep.
He was wearing khakis.
Yeah.
So it's just like there's so many things that are like I don't like the suit.
Yeah.
But Batfleck was like, yeah,
immediately on board.
That's Batman. That is Batman.
And I know a lot of people were going at Pattinson because of his prior roles in like Twilight, and I was like, well, I've never even seen Twilight.
Me neither.
So that's your problem in my mind. You know what I mean? If you can't get over Twilight, because I've seen I can name like 4 of the movies I've seen, bro. And he was in Harry Potter for Christ's sakes.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
He was.
Like stop playing with this nigga. Like he wasn't already doing other shit. It was like the only thing you can think of is Twilight. That's a personal problem.
It is.
You know
absolutely.
I mean?
I completely agree.
So, but dude. Like, I was always giving him a chance, you know what I mean? Even seeing the suit, because I knew it was early stages.
Yeah.
So seeing him with the fleshed out suit would have been like, weird, you know what I mean? But the cowl did give me a problem too. Mm-hmm. But also, it grew on me.
Yeah,
it's
the
like
suit definitely
it's
grew
like
on me.
when your
Seeing
boy
action,
cuts his hair for the first time. You're always like, you look weird as hell. But then after like a week, you're like,
yeah,
that's what you look like now.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, so then now when he grows hair out, you be like, nigga, you look weird. You know what I mean? Like
I like the suit. Like the suit did grow on me for Pattinson. It grew on me a little bit, but it's still like.
But yeah. First,
still
definitely
weird.
Initial reaction was weird for a lot of people.
It's still weird
for a lot of different reasons.
I hate the collar.
Yeah,
I hate the fucking collar. I ain't gonna lie.
And that actually is another great segue for our next subject. Okay, so we were in talking terms of reviving a franchise.
Yes.
Because you know how hard, even though BVS was a masterpiece and Ben Affleck is the greatest, people didn't critically like it because it wasn't to their taste. You know what I mean?
Yes,
so, okay, whatever. So they're essentially reviving a franchise again that's been revived. This is, I think, his 7th or 9th movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
There's
it's a lot.
Like Spider-Man and, you know, Halloweens and things like that. So, to you, is it necessary to push the envelope when you want to revive a franchise? Not necessarily your first go around, like if this is your first movie, but say if somebody handed you the keys to Alien, you know what I mean? Do you feel like pushing the envelope a little bit to keep up with today's term is a good idea or necessary, or do you feel that staying traditional and staying to the organics, if it wasn't violent or wasn't a lot of profanity or things like that, you stick to that traditional route?
Now, me personally,
I feel like I took way too long to say.
You did, because I got it like the second you asked. I was like, okay, I can feel it. But this is just me personally. It really depends on who you're trying to cater to. If you're trying to cater to everyone, then yeah, you have to. I feel like you have to be a little bit edgy. You might have to push the envelope a little bit. Or if you're trying to reach everybody, old and new fans.
Yeah.
If you're trying to please the people who fell in love with Aliens in the first place, like for me, if I'm trying to make people who fell in love with the first 3. Yeah. I'd say the 3 in there, like, because everything after 3 was kind of trash.
Yeah, you can keep it.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Prometheus and Covenant, I'd keep too because of the story.
Yeah.
But if I'm going to revamp it and try to go back to and make Alien what it was, I would have to say, no, don't push. You don't need to reinvent the wheel.
Yeah.
Find ways to take the original material And modernize it. I'd say modernize it because it's a different time. Like for example, Spider-Man. If I was gonna revamp Spider-Man and try to take homage from the comic books, I couldn't make him a photographer for the Daily Bugle. It would have to be a period piece.
Yeah,
it would have to be back then. So I'd have to modernize it.
True.
Not necessarily pushing the envelope, but I'd have to modernize it. And the same thing with Aliens. If I'm trying to capture the hearts of the love and the passion and the actual horror, the horror and the suspense of the original trilogy, no, there's no reason to push the envelope. Take those things, but yes, try to make it your own, but not try to like, completely. First, like we had a conversation about blood and gore.
Yeah.
The first Alien movie didn't really have blood and gore. It really didn't.
You don't need it. Yeah, well, it didn't need it. It wasn't a thing back in those days.
It wasn't a thing
weird.
back in the day. Yeah. But it was still, and the movie still holds up today. It still holds up.
Oh yeah.
So you just have to. I would not have to add blood and gore. I'd take the elements of the first two films, and try to condense them and try to make it like if we were picking up from. If I was going to make a 3 again.
Yeah. Pick up from 2 or 1 or whatever.
Yeah. I would try to capture exactly what that had.
Yeah.
Because the people who love the original one so much, because that's a huge fan base. It's a really huge fan base, and if I just please them, I'll at least make some money.
Yeah,
granted.
Yeah, and they're gonna tell their friends, so they're gonna make that. You're gonna make that too.
So I personally would rather capture the hearts of the fan base as opposed to try to capture the hearts of everybody. Because if you capture everybody
commercially,
you're gonna lose the original fan base, and a lot of movies have done that. For example, Freddy Krueger.
But also Freddy Krueger he went from a shadowy guy that you never seen to blood shooting out of the bed onto the ceiling upside down.
No, those original ones were great.
You know what I mean?
The original ones were great. I'm talking about the remake. The remake was kind of.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. Like because they knew that we got you scared with the first one without showing much.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. The second one we gotta step it up a little bit. You know what I mean? So what did they do? They added some gore. You know what I mean?
I think the first one they had Johnny Depp dying and the blood came up in the ceiling. So that was a lot of blood.
But that was like at the end too.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? And then you never really seen Freddy in the first one. He was always like a shadow guy. Yeah. And the second one is where you see the scars and you see the gore, and that's when he ripped little buddy's veins out and made him walk off the thing. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like that's where they went up. You know, even the Halloween now. You know, Halloween's was always. All right, this big supernatural guy that doesn't die stabs you one time with a knife. He hits everybody one time with a knife and they die. There's no blood, no nothing. You know what I mean? But then he hits Jamie Lee Curtis with the knife and she runs off. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? He hit that bitch in the leg and she gets up and runs away. You know?
Yeah, I totally see what you're saying. Because they kind of did the same thing with Alien. The first Alien, it was, you never saw the alien.
You never really see shit.
And in Aliens, there's like hundreds of them.
Jumps out the fucking stomachs and shit. Like, you know what I mean?
That happened in the first one,
But
I'm just saying, there was a lot of aliens, and there was a lot. It was more of an action movie than a horror movie. Yeah. So more of like a sci-fi fantasy.
Yeah. You know what I mean? So I feel like you do have to go up like, and since Fede Alvarez is doing a new Alien, and you know how he do his thing. Yeah, he does. I don't want to like. Now I'm not saying it should be like fucking Evil Dead. Yeah. And I don't know. Needle out his eye and Evil shit. Dead you know what I mean? It was amazing, but it's the Evil Dead, so it should go there.
Yeah, it should go there.
You know what I mean? And the Alien probably shouldn't go there, but I think it should be like The Thing with some blood. Like good practical,
it also depends
effects.
It depends on where you're picking it up from. Because like if you're restarting the trilogy, like you're doing Alien, like you're redoing Alien, I would say you'd have to probably capture that essence because you've never seen the new Alien before, so you have to kind of still hide it.
So yeah.
And that's why I feel like a lot of the first movies do, because they want to keep that creature hidden because you don't know.
Yeah, to keep the suspense.
And in the sequel, you obviously know what it is, so you can't hide it anymore.
Yeah.
So it depends on where you would quote unquote pick up from the movie or the franchise.
But even if you think about it, like when that alien is like dropping that spit, because wasn't it spit acid? You know what I mean?
His blood was acid.
So imagine that. Bam. Yeah. So the first time somebody runs into the acid spit, you know what I mean, and they can show a nigga dripping. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, cause I was thinking, like, me and my buddy had a conversation. You don't necessarily have to show the kill, but we should see something. We want to see something. You know
you
what
would
I mean?
have to. Yeah, you would
like,
definitely
we don't
have to.
like. I get you can Hitchcock it. You know what I mean? You can Hitchcock a kill or two, but we want to see somebody fucked up because we want to be able to see what actually happened.
Yes.
You know what I mean? I was like, that's what separated the Grudge from the Ring. Because the Grudge, they were Hitchcocking a lot, and you didn't really see what these people looked like after the kids got them. But the Ring, when that nigga spun around and he was all white faced and we were like, holy shit, and we ain't never seen that kind of shit. We were like,
and I completely agree, but I don't feel like that's pushing the envelope. I don't feel like Hitchcocking it and showing like the aftermath of something is would be, pushing the envelope. Now, what I would consider pushing the envelope is if we see that scene and they Mortal Kombat it.
Well, I was saying more of a pushing the envelope, meaning changing from the Hitchcock style to a gory style, or even a style that even just shows gore. Period. Like if the original didn't show any gore, or any dead bodies, or anything like that, but then when you make it now, they show a couple of offings and they show a little bit of body parts. You know what I mean? Like I would call that pushing. I called that. Okay. Called that. Not would call that. You know
all right.
what I
mean? I see what you're saying. Well, in that case. In that definition, I would say that you could. I don't necessarily think you have to.
No,
I don't think it's a necessity. But in a way, I think you should because there's better technology. You can shoot a lot of the things that you couldn't do. Like if they were to do Aliens now as opposed then, you wouldn't have to do a 100% puppeteer.
True.
Even though I personally would prefer it because I love practical. Practicality is so much better.
Yeah, the Thing all the way. I like it like the Thing. You know what I mean? Just show some spaghetti.
Well, see, I'm
busting out of that pot in reverse. You know what I mean?
I'm indifferent on the Thing.
I love it
because I saw the remake or the Seaboot or whatever, the prequel, whatever the fuck.
Great too.
I saw that first.
Yeah,
I saw it before I saw John Carpenter's The Thing. Okay. So
you like the
I like the reboot because that was the first one I seen, and I saw that effect before I saw the practical. And on top of that, seeing that and seeing what that monster can do, it's like, wow, that motherfucker touches you and you're instantly sucked in. You're done.
Yeah, you're out of there.
As opposed to the other ones where it's a little bit more campy. They didn't have the technology, so it's just like, okay, I see what you're doing. It still had that horror factor. It was still creepy. But that other one was just like, damn, that monster could do so much more.
Facts, I feel you. So, and that's how I feel that's why I feel Fetty is going to do to Alien. I feel like he's going to just add a little bit more to it by showing that it's more dangerous. You know what I mean? But not on some Predator shit either. Right. And not make it just being like out here just doing a bunch of crazy shit, jumping off of buildings and turning invisible every chance you get. Just overplaying itself. You know what I mean? I feel like because he's a horror movie maker and he's a great filmmaker. He wrote and he did that Don't Breathe, which is a whole nother kind of horror movie.
Which is where I think he'll probably take it because that's what I have in my mind.
Yeah, more of a suspense.
Yes, because Don't Breathe is amazing. There's no blood and gore, but you're dealing with a blind man in his house who's fucking deadly.
But he blew this dude's head off. You've seen that,
right?
You've seen him shoot that dude in the head. Okay, and he fucking.
See, I think when I think gore. When I hear gore, I think like every scene is Saw. Quentin Tarantino.
Saw.
And Saw. Yeah, that's what I think. Yeah. I think showing like a body or two, in usually an hour and a half, hour and 45 minutes for horror movies. So seeing a body or two get dismangled and membered, I don't think that's
I would even throw squibs in there. Squibs, right?
That's the blood?
Yeah.
Pop. I see that
blast
shit
all on the wall and shit like that because they will put that in some movies. Where dude gets shot in the neck and it will just be like bam, and he falls down and he's bleeding.
I like them, and then it's squirting. Yeah, I like that.
I like that because
it's realistic.
Now you don't need and you don't even need to show much after that. You know what I mean?
You can do that practically. Yeah, and that's all done practically.
Bam, and I would put that on a little bit of gore.
I still feel like I wouldn't toss that into gore. I toss that into blood because you can
Yeah.
still show blood in PG-13 movies. It's like you
I
can
think
show a
it's an
certain
right?
amount, a
It's
certain
an
amount.
correct? Yeah,
But
because M. Night Shyamalan's a beast with that.
yeah,
He Hitchcocks every kill until the very end, and then you'll see some blood.
yeah. So I think that's the way that Fide will be going, the
Yeah.
Alien route. It also depends on what they're doing. Are they doing reboots? Are they picking up a sequel? It really depends on where they're taking this from.
Yeah,
If it's,
yeah.
and it's Ridley Scott, so I'm pretty sure it'll continue on.
Yeah, and you know Ridley Scott chose him, so it's
Yeah.
like he
Because
knows
of-
what it is. He
Yeah.
knows what he can do, and I know that he's gonna keep that suspense that you like
Yes.
too, because that's my favorite part of like Chucky, honestly.
Yeah,
You
the
know what I mean?
suspense.
Chucky keeps
What's he
you
gonna
fucking
do?
wet, and then he doesn't. and then you walk outside and smoke a cigarette, and then he jumps on your neck.
Or he does something and it doesn't fucking work, and he's like, "Well, fuck."
Yeah, and he runs off.
I love Chucky.
You know what I mean? I fucking love Chucky because he builds your suspense up to maximum level. And then he makes a decision. He might not fucking kill you right now. And I think that's great. You know what I mean?
love
Just
Chucky,
got
yeah.
you shook up and then fucking
Yeah, the
runs
little feet.
off. Yep, and then runs off. Like,
Yeah, that little fucking Bradley
Brad Dourif.
Yeah, I love
Yeah.
his laugh. That laugh.
That laugh.
It's-
Which is another good thing. I liked how they revamped, how they pushed the envelope with their show.
I still
You know
didn't
what I mean?
watch the whole thing. I still
Great.
haven't.
They added modern things into it, just like you said. They made
Yeah.
it modern, but they also pushed the envelope by making Chucky the kind of person he was. Like he was the bad guy, but he was like like a friend to the
anti-hero.
end. He was
Yeah,
like
he
a
was
friend to the end. Like,
Yeah.
like, you know what I mean? Like it was crazy.
he was a villain, but somehow still an
With a heart.
anti-hero.
Yeah, he was like a villain with a heartish.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
Ish.
Ish.
Yeah, he
Like,
killed people who really
deserved it. Like
Yeah.
it
It's
wasn't
not like
people
he
who
was
didn't
just-
really have it coming. Like,
people who deserved it, or people who were like in the way.
true.
Because in Chucky 3,
Well-
where he killed that dude in the trash compactor.
Oh, well, them are different. Like the series, the movies now, he was just doing shit for real. Because he killed Redman. Well, she killed Redman to
Yeah.
get Chucky in his body. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But she killed him.
she killed Redman.
So, with his no guts. So, how was he even? You know? So, that was actually. Well, my point. So that was actually a good conversation, and what I got out of that is we kind of agreed. You know what I mean? Like there's certain levels, and I feel like it's certain movies that should or shouldn't
Yeah.
go certain places. You know what I mean? But pushing the envelope a little bit, even if it's just moving the envelope, not necessarily even just pushing it, but
Yeah.
moving the needle. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
is definitely healthy.
It's healthy because
for
it's a different
filmmaking
time.
these
Yeah.
days. Yeah, it's a different time. You know what I mean? And you can't really keep trying to impress the people that think The Exorcist and Adam West and like you know what I mean. Everything that was original in the first are the best.
Yeah.
And you can't beat it. you
Toby.
know? Toby's and like whatever was first is the best, and they can't beat it. Like
Because that's when nostalgia. Because nostalgia is a son of a bitch.
it's a strong ass drug, dude. It's just as strong as actual fandom. And fandom
Oh,
is
God,
ridiculous
yeah.
now.
It is.
You know what I mean?
Ever since it became cool to be a nerd.
Yeah. That's fucking weird, ain't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I didn't want niggas to know it. Now
Guarantee-
it's
I
cool
guarantee-
to everybody know. Like,
I guarantee, like 20 years ago, anime, you were looked at a certain way if you like Dragon Ball Z and shit
Oh,
like
yeah.
that.
Hell
Nowadays, even hood niggas are like Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah,
Oh, let me
man,
get that.
like they talking about shit that I don't even know about. Like they watch more anime than I do. I'm
Yeah.
like, damn, bro.
Like, anime is that shit. I don't know what it is.
Put the gun away. Like, you know what I mean? And let's talk about this.
Oh, I got something better for that ass anyway. Come, man.
Yeah.
Nigga, are you?
All of a sudden, he starts doing crazy shit with his hands. You seen they TikToks? Most of the best anime TikToks is niggas.
Doing, yeah.
That's just crazy. King Vader and all them.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
Damn. Doing anime shit.
Doing anime shit. And it's been like that. So with that, we got to ruffle feathers. We ruffling feathers today.
I actually didn't think of any ruffle feathers.
Yeah,
I really
ruffling
did.
feathers, man. We feeling good today, man. There's no
Yeah,
need
we're
to be
feeling
ruffled,
good.
man. So
There's-
with that being said, man, hope you guys had a great experience here hanging out with us today.
Yeah, today.
Blabbering away. This was a good conversation between me and the homeboy. This is the reason why we call each other Point Fifths.
Point fifth.
You know what I mean? 1, 2, 3, 4.
Fifth.
Go ahead and ask me anything. I'm just gonna say
Fifth.
I don't care. Go ahead and ask me.
Fifth. Oh, hold on, Judge. I have a secret document under here that I'd like to show to the people. If y'all don't know what that is, I
Google it.
Unsubscribe.
Google it. Just Google it. It's worth the Google.
No. If they don't know who it is, they can't be friends with us.
Yeah, you probably don't even know funny.
I'm
But
sorry.
we love you guys. We
I'm
hope
sorry.
you guys are staying safe, sexy, and celibate during this stupid ass sprinter.
Say that 5 times fast. Don't.
Nope, I ain't got it. We love you guys. Hope you guys keep it easy breezy. Remember, I am the only Zeebro in America. You can catch me on Instagram, Facebook under those names, TikTok as well. ZEEBRO in America.
Yeah.
You can also check us out on any other streaming service that you may listen to. I'm really high right now, so I don't know what I'm really talking about.
And I'm Happy Lucky. You can find me Monday through Friday on Twitch, Facebook, and the YouTube. You can also follow my Instagram for video game images, pics, and some comical stuff.
Yeah, we working.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
But we love you guys. I hope you guys take it easy. Remember, marijuana, we are not endorsing anybody underage to smoke weed. And if it is not legal in your state, it should be. Peace.
Peace.